Alright, greetings and salutations. My name is Comic Fire, and welcome back for more Dragon Quest V, Hand of the Heavenly Bride. In the last episode, we started off in this icy little paradise, and in this episode, we're gonna finish up with it. Oh god, it feels so good to pop off on monsters that, these ones have never been particularly hard, but being able to, like, completely wipe an enemy squad in one turn when it would take a few when you first got in the area, that just feels good. So I'm going to take this opportunity to talk about Kingdom Hearts 3, because by the time I haven't beat it yet. By the time this episode goes live, it'll likely be like 3 weeks from now, so I feel like most people will be done. Did anyone else, like, not like it? I don't know, I still have the little ending area to get to. Like, I just finished up San Francisco and the immediate events after it. San Francisco was amazing. That was, I feel like that's the closest we're ever going to get to, Final Fantasy Versus 13. And I really wish the rest of the world's like it, but this whole game kind of felt, I don't know, weird. Anyway, time to take on, Dwight. Or rather not yet, we still have to get to him. And we slide. This isn't really the first time, Dragon Quest has done ice-based puzzles. Well, actually, no, this might be the first. Canonically. I was thinking, the Ice Cave in the Dragon Quest III Game Boy Color remake. But this game came out in '92, and that one came out in, like, 2001. I was thinking, like, oh yeah, the Game Boy Color game came before the DS game. And I'm like, this is a remake of a Super Nintendo game, you stupid idiot. I came all the way here and got nothing for it. Except another encounter. Though the spiked hairs aren't so bad. I kind of missed the pun with these guys the first time I saw them in Dragon Quest Monsters Joker 2. I'm like, spiked hair, that's just what they are. That's not a funny or clever localized name. And I'm like, oh wait, spiked hair. Hair that you spike up. Yeah, that rabbit did just breathe twice. God, I'm loving those strength level ups. Ooh, a treasure chest. Ooh, a bunch of treasure chests. What do you think they are? Oh. Can't tell you how disappointing that was. We got a Chimera Wing in case we're in danger. We need to go back. Just hate those damn rattling snakes. That wasn't what I asked for. I suppose, getting one out of the way. Was it the one? No, it wasn't even the one that... I was hoping it was the one that hadn't attacked yet, so it wouldn't have gotten its turn at all, but... I suppose that was just a shade too much to hope for. And, 5 gold coins. Boy, this whole room kind of fucking sucked, huh? I feel like pajamas ought to be... Actually, no. I was gonna say, I don't need to heal pajamas, but... Honey, the distance between Honey's full HP and Pajama's full HP was a lot low, You know what I meant. Pajama stood to benefit more from the heal than Honey did, but Honey also had lower HP at the time, so... If we're thinking total percentages, then yes, I was right, but... In other ways, I was incorrect. I like when they float above each other like that. Okay, well. I thought it was cute. We didn't need to save your fucking your MP for heals. I don't think you could even control, like, Honey's AI pattern, so... You can just get stuck with some bad, rolls like that. Maybe the rattling snake, huh? At least we didn't get hit with a cold breath. We better not be getting hit with cold breath. That's like an endgame ice skill. What's up, buttfucker? The white dwarf. Ah, the white dwarf. Haha. I don't know, I think it's kind of funny. Alright, Dwightster, how are we gonna handle this? Buffing Honey might not be a bad idea. Let's just see how this one goes. If I'm not mistaken, this one isn't too hard. Alright, that's fucking annoying, though. Yeah, pajamas. Oh my god. Okay, thank god. This one's just gonna be a DPS check, I'm pretty sure. It doesn't have boss music, so not too worried. Yeah, see, that one's not so bad. Ah, magic water, lovely. You're gonna need it after that, Jesus. It's almost like you were lied to or something. Spooky! Now for the real fight, and this is where it gets unfortunately difficult. I'm gonna throw a buff up, you attack, and I was really banking on Honey healing. Not taking any chances. You... Well, whatever, I'll just get buffs up on everyone. We'll let Pajamas handle the DPS checks for now. Oh, lovely. It heals. I really don't like it when bosses can heal. For some... that's so demoralizing to me. Just cast Sizz. Thank you, honey. For once I can actually believe in you. Alright, I feel like we're in the, a better position now. Maybe a Kasap, even. You know who was a really, a boss that could heal that really demoralized me? I was stuck for like a month back in 2010 on Sid Reigns in Final Fantasy XIII. And he had Kiraja, too, and I was like... Because my issue with Final Fantasy XIII was that I tried to turtle all the bosses, so I was... My DPS checks really weren't good when bosses started throwing Doom up. Oh, honey. Hey! Can't beat that. When I actually, like... Final Fantasy XIII is very much based on out DPSing everything. But I would try to turtle at everything. Like, everyone would always have, like, a sentinel roll up. And then when Sid Reigns pulled out Kiraja, I'm like, ugh. And then to make it worse, if he took longer than 20 minutes, the boss would inflict a doom on you that put a timer on you anyway. So I had a lot of trouble with Final Fantasy XIII, and then I lent it to my friend, and I'm like, this game's really hard. And he fucking demolished Sid Reigns with no trouble at all, and I'm like, okay. So, you know. I wouldn't mind streaming or LPing 13. I really liked 13. But I feel like I might not like it so much nowadays, because looking back, there were a lot of things I was just willing to accept back then that I'm probably a little less accepting of nowadays. Just the way the story is told, like, haha, you should already know all these terms. Like, what are these terms? Oh, God, another deep breath. There we go. Jesus Christ, 650 experience. That's a drop I'm happy to see no matter what point in the game it is. Just because triple digits make me happy, not that we should... Not that the EXP yield in this game is so bad that that's like an actually a high amount. We get another Chimera Wing. Nice. And the one who deserved to die, dies. Which one? Oh well, let's see what we got. And we get a boomerang. It's free money, technically. And we get the Rod of Seasons. Nice. I don't know, going to assume we can't just split right now with the Chimera Wing would be real nice. Damn it. Shame, because none of us had the Oh! That's no bueno. None of us had the evac spell, so that's unfortunate. You know, for once, maybe a Kasap would have been good. See if I could have gotten one or two of those guys out. Okay, cool. Everything panned out for the goodness. Let me get a bone stick, huh? I feel like that's going to be, like, good, like, base equipment for some party members we get later, so I'm actually gonna hold on to that. At the very least, it's a free weapon, so not gonna turn that down. It's always really nice Fuck off with that. It's always really nice getting free weapons from monsters. And god, there was one, if any of you ever played Luffy, The Legend Returns for the Game Boy Color, there's like one dungeon. I remember next to nothing about that game. I never ended up beating it. But like there's like some trash mob in like a dungeon relatively early in. I don't think I was even like had fought the first Sinistral yet. And it gave this weapon called the Alum Blade, which I assumed was like the aluminum blade. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Except it's an endgame weapon before you've even fought, like, the first major boss. And that also kind of screwed me up because I didn't keep grinding, which means now all the monsters at that point of the game are trashing me because now the aluminum blade isn't the one-hit KO I always need it to be. And I think that's kind of why I dropped the game. I really like the aesthetic of it, though, so I do want to go back to it. And I'd love to do a series about it someday. I just need to, you know, actually go back and finish it. It's been almost 4 years since I've touched it now. It was back when the 3DS eShop got updated regularly. That guy's crops are gonna do so well. Okay. And we get a branch. Aw, that'll be pretty. It's the rainbow. It's a shame Koichi Sugiyama is such a massive piece of shit, because goddamn the guy can make a tune. Except Dragon Quest XI's OST. You know, the 2 original tracks it had. Christ. I love Dragon Quest XI, and I get that it was supposed to be kind of an anniversary title, but maybe you're leaning a little too hard on 3, you know? Fucking Christ. Been in the basement. What, you left me? The fuck, Dad? Aw. Sure, why not? Yeah, I'm recording this on the 4th of February, so I'm really hoping... Well, it's still technically like almost 2 months before spring kicks in. Ah, so he's still here. Lovely. Did he stop by the inn for a drink? I feel like that's something Dad would do. Dad strikes me as an alcoholic. Have you seen my father? These legendary heroes are timeless. Heck off with that bull. You've been sleeping with the... That's not a little on the nose at all. Oh, Father, Father Coon, where be you? You know what? He's probably at the church praying for a safe journey. Which is something we should do, because now I can't rely on save states. Yeah, good point, Dad. Good point. Sure, why not? Boy, we have so much money. That is so good to see. Look at that 1,500 gold. What is a child to do with that much gold? I feel like we could pay the taxes on this entire town for a year. All that for monster slaying? I can see why the mercenary trade was so, Nice voice crack again, man. I can see why the mercenary trade was so, good back then. I based that entirely on reading Berserk. Flag. I mean, I'm seeing the world, like... Those are precious memories you don't get anywhere else, Dad. King James, huh? I don't know how I've totally missed that little line of dialogue. I didn't realize Pancraz had a last name. Which is another flag, because from everything I've read, last names weren't really too big back in the day, in medieval times. Unless you were royalty or some other kind of noble. Because otherwise you were like John or Smith, because, or Fletcher. Your title. Oh my god. What a nice man he is. Yeah, why were you going back? What a weird thing. I wonder why... What? I don't get it. There are a lot of little things I forgot about this game, huh? Open up, bitches. I'm here to make it pop. Couldn't anyone just say that they're Pancraz, then? Pictures weren't a thing. The portraits were. Were you given a personal portrait of Pancraz? It was accidental alliteration. So was that. I don't like Coburg Castle, viewers. I'm just gonna say it right now. It's a little too winding for how much exploring you have to do here. This feels more like a dungeon than some of the actual dungeons in the game. I did not request... Pancraz did not request the audience. That was all you, King. Oh dear. Just clip through your son, right in front of the father, huh? That's no good. That's gotta be like a assault, huh? I don't want to look around. It's stupid, it's done. Oh well, let's give it a shot. Hello? Oh. Why is there a bed under the, Okay, so I just couldn't change the angle there. Okay. Oh, I see the inky blue void is busy eating everything. Yeah, why is there a bed under this staircase? Is Harry Potter here, or is that, like, a guard's chamber? I don't know, I'm probably thinking a little too hard trying to look at the architecture of what was a Super Nintendo game, but... Oh dear. I don't feel like you're allowed to say that out loud. Isn't bad-mouthing a king like a no-go in like medieval society? Well, I got back, so you lied to me, Dad. What else have you been lying to me about? Yeah, this one, very specifically. What's in here? Who's this green fuck? Ah, sure, why not? Oh. You gotta be mean to me. All I want to do is be your friend. Oh, Christ. Boy, they sure do love their but thou must situations. If I talk to him again, is he gonna go, damn it? I was hoping the whole chest thing might be, a trigger, but 'twas not. Anyway, I feel like talking to Harry is going to be the, event trigger here, so let's just go back up and talk to Dad. Yeah, that's another thing I don't like. I'm never quite sure what the event triggers are in the baby timeline. And as a result, you get a little bit of Star Tropic Syndrome. Oh, but I can enter here just fine. Christ. The Queen sprites in the Dragon Quest DS games always strike me as weird. They were very mannish. To the point where I think the first time I saw it, I thought like the whole point was that there was like a cross-dressing plot that I wasn't too fond of. But I was wrong. Where's he getting frogs from? Oh. Kind of a similar situation there. Like, I know, children who have had a similar thing, where, like, the parent seems to favor the other child more than the other. Got a whole weird situation with my aunts in that regard. Not involving me. I was fortunate enough to have a very fine childhood. Didn't I just learn about locks? Cool. Glad to see all that info I've picked up is completely null. Great. Lovely. Hate it. But yeah, it's really sad. Since, you know, like I said, like, I was fortunate enough to, like, grow up with, I was a single child. My mom, paid very close attention to me, and it was very nice. And I didn't ever have to deal with, you know, being too lonely as a result. But then I see, like, others, like, my aunt has her 2 kids, and she definitely seems to pay a little more attention to this, the daughter more so than the son. So, a little bit of personal stuff there, and I might be totally wrong. We don't really see her that much anymore, but it always seemed to be the case. But again, I do not know. I don't live in the same state as them anymore, so it's hard for me to necessarily say, look at our fucking HP stat. Jesus, we are bulky bastards. Yes. Except not Ashley, because I feel like now is a perfect time to end this episode. So thank you so very much for watching, have yourselves a wonderful day, and take care.